Steinberg from Genesis Integrative Therapy and Coaching. Welcome. Today we have a conversation with my dear friend and colleague, Darcy Bruning-Hade, who is here from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and she is a gifted healer in mind, body, heart, and spirit. And we have been friends and colleagues for years and years and years. And we're going to talk today, have kind of a conversation. We're going to share with you, very open-hearted and very open-minded, about healing and how do you move through those blocks. You know, are you someone who's looking for love, looking to deepen the connection with someone, and you're finding you're just not making that connection that you're wanting to and can't really figure out why, and saying, what's wrong with me? Don't I deserve love? Why do other people have what I want and I don't seem to have it? I can relate, folks. That was me for decades and decades, and Darcy can speak to that. Yep. She was there while I was journeying. So I can relate to that. I can also relate to what we'll be talking about how getting clear about moving through your blocks and fears and really owning those patterns can help you make a change. So if you are out there feeling hopeless, if you are feeling helpless, you know what you want and you just can't get from here to there, we're going to talk to you today about some things that we hope will really help enlighten you and inspire you and maybe free you up a little bit. So Darcy, you have worked for 25 plus years with people on journeys, moving from places where they're stuck to where they want to be. Tell us about the gifts that you share to help people get unstuck and unblocked. You know, neither of us are traditional talking therapists or coaches. We get deep down into the core. So can you talk about that a little bit? What does that mean, getting to the spirit, the energy, the body of places that you're stuck?
Well, most people come and they're playing something out. Something sort of happens in their lives and their beings. So there's two possible options. One is you can find somebody, a partner, a new person that you really enjoy and like, that either is going to keep wounding the part of you that's hurting, and we'll play that out in that way, or we can find someone that can actually heal that. We don't always know that going in there, which one that's going to be. So the more they become a mirror for you, and they can see, oh, this is the part of me that needs to heal. So it may be, you know, most people kind of really struggle with four core pieces. One is a sense of rejection, and feeling like somehow they're being rejected in the world, right? Or somebody's rejecting them and hurting them and not loving them for who they are. The next part is being abandoned. So, you know, I open my heart, I connect, and then boom, they're gone, right? Yeah. So the more I open, the more it hurts to feel that abandonment. The other one is a sense of betrayal. So betrayal is a sense of like, someone hurts me and I didn't see it coming, and boom, I get really disappointed and really hurt by that, and I shut down. And then the other one is a sense of deceit. And deceit is kind of betrayal with a twist, because you didn't see it coming, and then they don't also tell you the truth of what's going on. So those four things are what plays out, and what are the patterns that sort of shut people down in relationships. And it's hard to open your heart and to be really vulnerable and connected, right?
Especially when you're wanting this love and this connection, and you've been hurt or disappointed or betrayed, or you opened and trusted and it didn't work out, and now you're trying again. Like, that's something that I can relate to. Like, how do I pick myself up like a rag off the floor and try again and try again? And what you're talking about is these patterns that people can recreate, and they end up saying, what's wrong with me? When really the key is what? Getting to what's at the core of those patterns.
It's really getting to the core of the hurt and being able to tolerate that and not play it out, but be able to ground it and root it and be able to feel it and open into the heart of it, and then make some good decisions. Because usually there's red flags. If anyone I've ever talked to in a relationship, they
red
go,
flags,
you know, this relationship didn't work out, but I saw that red flag coming. I just didn't want to see it. And so it's really being able to do it with eyes open, being able to contain the disappointment and the hurt, and be able to feel it, move through it, and then something new kind of comes.
So when you say feel it and move through it, how is it that you work with people to help them do that? So you say you're sitting with someone, think about a client, or in the 25 years you've been working, which is as long as I've been working, we met way back in graduate school in the 80s, so we've both been doing this a long time. You know, how does someone actually do that? So, you know, this is a hard thing to do alone, really hard. You know, like, someone is listening and they hear these ideas, but, you know, how do you use energy or body or spirit to help someone do that, to recognize those patterns or tolerate that?
Well, we don't get heartbreak by yourself, right? It's in connection to something. and disappointment. So we have to heal it within the connection as well. So what I like to do is I like to look at the body and what's going on and sort of see where the holding points are, the tension points are, and also working with breath. The breath of life
Yeah.
is really what's going to free you. So the more you can tolerate the intolerable in a context with somebody else that can hold it, the space, and remind you of this is only one story, this is only one path, and begin to let in the goodness of the other path. So it's a releasing and letting go of the pain that's in there, that's underneath, so that and then you're adding on another level of connection and love and support that the body, and a new message that the body can absorb. Just putting on a new message without the pain being released doesn't work, because what happens is you just have a lot of stuckness with a really good message and it doesn't absorb.
Yeah, and what you said was such a good point, and I know that I have been in the past a real a believer in I'm strong and I can do it myself, and I see a lot of folks around me saying the same thing, and the folks who end up getting some help and support to do that healing, like you said, within relationship, with us or someone else who's a really deeply aware and committed, trusted coach or therapist, is where you can make those changes when you're out there in the world in other relationships. I like to say to my clients, and you might relate to this, Darcy, that it's the laboratory of learning, the laboratory of doing it differently, in relationship with someone who's safe and trusting, and you've developed a relationship with people like us deliberately to be safe and trusting, and then you can take that new experience and that new learning both in your body and your heart and in your intentions out into the world.
Like you can go to different places.
Yeah.
And new places that you wouldn't normally go, because we go into our same old patterns that we know and we do really, really well. And I say, yay, A+ on that one, right? But now to go to this new experience, you need a new way. And so it's holding it and then watching, and you, Devorah, can sort of hold on and say, hey, been there, let's not go there, let's go somewhere different here.
Oop, recognize that, not there.
Yeah, and begin to show that when we go into habitual patterns, we don't even know we're in that habitual pattern automatically.
Right. So it's also consciousness.
Yeah.
You're bringing that consciousness.
I'm going to give you a bit of I was thinking about a client that I worked with over the years, and she really, really wanted to have a relationship, and she also really wanted a child. She was of childbearing years, loved kids, and she was with a partner that didn't want kids, and she felt she was settling and really was sort of questioning, should she get out of a kind of a comfort zone that she's already in for something she really wants, and what if she lets it go and then never can have it again, right? And that's the big dilemma and the big terror and fear. And really, like, healing is the absence of fear. So the more you can let go of that and say, I can trust that I can have all of what I want, and let go of it. So she did a lot of healing work around letting go of that fear that she's going to be alone, and that she's going to know that if she lets go of something that she knows is good but isn't really fully what she needs, then ultimately will she get what she really wants. And really it came down to an issue of feeling self-worthy, that she can have all of what she wants. And so we went back to the blocks that really were holding her back in her own childhood and her own experiences, some what she knew and some what she really didn't know, of all the ways where she had to compromise to get her needs met, that she had to get her needs met by wanting somebody to love her and also honoring herself, and that she can have both. And that really is what relationships are about. It's honoring oneself and honoring the other. So.
And was she able to release some of those blocks?
She was, and then ultimately it found her. I know that's the biggest cliche, but that's what happens, is that when you let go and you trust that and you say, I am worthy of that enough, and I'm going to hold that belief system, and I'm going to let go of my fear and trust that I want this bad enough that I'm not willing to settle.
Yes,
She did it.
And she found a partner that was satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is possible.
That's exactly my story, actually. There was I remember declaring, and I was in my late 40s at this point, saying, you know what, I will be single the rest of my life, unless or until I do this differently. And maybe
and you have to be okay
3 months.
with that at some
crazy
level.
And
right?
that was hard, because on one level I wasn't okay with that.
That could be true. You can't promise.
But I met my partner Steve not 3 months. It was less than 3 months after I just made that declaration, and there he was. So it does happen that way. So any comments, any questions? Hi, Carla. I see you there from Brazil. Nice to see you. Any questions or comments, please let us know. We are here. We are alive. You have this gift of Darcy from Winnipeg here with me. If you have any comments or questions, you can also, on the replay, welcome to watching the replay. You can also send comments and questions. I want you to know that I am here for you. This is why I'm here having this conversation with Darcy. This is why I am here dedicating my life at Genesis Integrative Therapy and Coaching to really helping you get from a place where you are to the place where you want to be. Helping women move from a place of loneliness or disconnection to welcoming an ideal relationship through empowerment to love and through mind, body, heart, and spirit. So we are so blessed to have spent this time with you, and so absolutely blessed to have had this time to converse with Darcy. And thank you for sharing this time with us.
And don't give up.
Don't give up. Love is there
true,
for
yes.
you. It's getting in touch with that feeling of
I've
deserving.
been in a long-term relationship for 25 years. Stay there.
Stay there.
Find the person that you want to be with.
Yes. Yes. So blessings to you, and know that our hearts are open and we welcome you to open yours as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.